For most of Marcell Ozuna's MLB career, he's been a feared hitter and a skilled defender. In 2017, his last year in Miami, Ozuna belted 37 home runs, knocked in 124 RBIs, while hitting over 300 and slugging almost 500. He also picked up a Gold Glove for his efforts. In the 2017 offseason, Miami dealt Ozuna to the St. Louis Cardinals for these prospects, notably including 2022 All-Star Sandy Alcantara and Zach Gallen. With the Cardinals, Ozuna put up decent numbers in 2018 and 2019. However, after 2019, Ozuna would elect to become a free agent and sign a one-year, $18 million deal with the Atlanta Braves. The deal looked great right away for the Atlanta Braves, as Marcell Ozuna led the National League in 2020 in home runs and RBIs, earning the second Silver Slugger of his career and finishing 6th in MVP voting, with his teammate Freddie Freeman winning the award. That offseason, the Braves would reward Ozuna with a 4-year, $65 million deal, including a team option. Unfortunately, this deal would be the high point of Ozuna's career and the beginning of his downward spiral. Less than 2 months into the new contract, Ozuna was arrested for domestic violence against his wife. He was placed on administrative leave by the Atlanta Braves organization on September 10th and did not play in the Atlanta Braves playoffs, which culminated in a World Series win. MLB suspended Ozuna 20 games retroactively to the 2021 playoffs, which meant Ozuna would be eligible to start on opening day of the regular season in 2022. Since his return to MLB, Ozuna has been awful. By FWAR, Ozuna has been the second worst player when sorting by qualified. Additionally, Ozuna's .261 on-base percentage is the third worst of any qualified player in MLB and second worst in the National League. He's currently spending time in the DH spot, but he's been dropped to 7th and 8th in the batting order after starting the season as the team's cleanup hitter. When we look at Baseball Savant, we see that Ozuna has taken major steps back in pretty much every offensive and defensive category. His WRC Plus is 8th worst in MLB and 5th worst in the NL. Exit velocity is way down and his launch angles are up. This means that fewer of his swings are going to be home runs and more will be pop-ups. He's hitting fly balls on 44.2% of his balls in play and is swinging at a career worst 33.6% of balls outside of the zone. Defensively, he's been so bad that he was eventually moved out of the field to the Braves' designated hitter. Ozuna was worth -5 defensive runs saved in the outfield, making him one of the worst defensive outfielders in the National League this year. It's a huge decrease in performance from a former Gold Glover who was consistently recognized as being a plus defender in the outfield. At 4 a.m. on August 19, 2022, Ozuna was pulled over in Georgia for speeding and failing to maintain his driving lane. After the officer conducted routine field sobriety tests, Ozuna was arrested for driving under the influence. Ozuna also reportedly told the officer he was heading to an after-hours party at the time. Nobody knows how late Ozuna would have stayed up had he not been arrested, but considering that it's common for MLB players to show up to the field 5 hours before game time, I wonder how much rest he was going to be getting anyway. This arrest comes just 15 months removed from his domestic violence arrest and less than 6 months after he told teammates and fans that he was going to give them his best. If this is the best that Ozuna has to offer, it might not be long before the Braves release him and nobody picks him off of waivers. It remains to be seen if the Braves use this as a reason to try and void Ozuna's contract, if they can, but for the time being they are still stuck with him in his awful deal until the end of 2024. What do you guys think? Is there a worse contract in MLB this year? Is there a player with a more disappointing decline than Ozuna? Let me know in the comments and don't forget to subscribe.